Last night I got 8.5 hours of sleep, fair, which is way better than low, which I've been getting on trail, and like an hour of REM, 2 hours of deep, 5.5 light, and then I was awake for 40 minutes, probably when the wind started. Not too bad. Good morning and welcome to day 23 on the Appalachian Trail.
Day 3 for me.
We came down here to the road to make breakfast because the wind up there is crazy, and we had to like lay on the tent while taking it down. It was quite an eventful morning, but now enjoying my coffee. The sun is out. I'm wearing shorts for the first time on the AT. Today is a momentous day. I honestly don't know how much I'm going to be able to film this morning with just how windy it is. It's like 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts today. I don't think you'll be able to hear anything, so you might just get a lot of trail footage unless the wind decides to die down. Tonight, it is supposed to rain, and it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. So our goal for today, we were going to camp on like this side of Max Patch and then do Max Patch in the morning for sunrise, because you can't camp on Max Patch. But I think our plan now is to do Max Patch for maybe sunset tonight and then camp somewhere on the other side of it. We might not be up there for sunset. We might already be at camp by then, but at least we'll get somewhat of a view today, whereas if we do it tomorrow in the rain, we will get a view of clouds. So we might push a couple more miles so that we can do that. But yeah, I think today all around is going to be a good day.
Beautiful.
So we're going to get ready for a great day of hiking. I'm going to finish my coffee and my breakfast. We're walking through Kale Gap. There's some tenting over there, and the tent pad is clear, but there are a lot of trees down from Helene. We started off the morning with a little bit of downhill to finish our descent off Bluff Mountain, but now we're heading back up towards the shelter. We'll have another downhill, and then we'll start our gradual ascent to Max Patch, and then we're gonna find a campsite somewhere on the other side of Max Patch. They closed Max Patch. How many times can I say Max Patch in this video? Let's see. They closed Max Patch a couple of years ago because it was being loved to death. In the sense of too many people were recreating irresponsibly while camping on top of Max Patch. So sadly, they had to close it, but that area is being restored, and it was set to open, I think, last year, but then they've extended it now to 2026. So it will be closed for camping on top for a while more, at least another year. They might extend it. They might say that that's good. I don't know. But you can camp right before or right after, and there should be some tenting and some scout sites after we go up and over, which should let us get a bit of a view today. Last night, I slept the best I have ever slept on trail, and I don't know why. I mean, I did wake up at 5 and the wind was whipping. I mean, 30 or 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts at least. It was crazy, so loud. The tent was like buckling in on itself. I didn't sleep too much after that, but that was a wild wind. So we had to go on the road to eat. So we're gonna finish this climb up, and then maybe I'll talk to you on the other side. I know. Well, I can get... We're gonna stop here and fill up our water since we dry camped last night. All right, we made it down here to Lemon Gap, elevation 3,550. 5.5 more miles till Max Patch. Do you want to stop here and do a snack? Salt and vinegar Pringles. They are the ultimate trail snack. If you know, you know. We were originally gonna stay at the shelter tonight. This bit of trail here that we're on right now, after Lemon Gap and heading towards the climb to Max Patch, is actually really pretty. And I don't know if it's because it's about a mile of flat and I can actually look around instead of looking at my feet, or if it's just because we're following a stream and there's all these moss and ferns and everything's so green. I like this section. We have stopped for snack break number 2 or lunch, whatever you want to call it. I have honey roasted barbecue sauce from Chick-fil-A a few weeks ago, and then a beef stick. Tuna, she already ate. I was looking up something very important, and then I lost service. I've only had like one baby bar for like the past, honestly, 2 days, right? Like since we left Hot Springs, I really haven't had service. But I've had this song in my head. It's like, da 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 da, start a fire, ba da da da. I don't actually know the rest of it, but that is just that line. Fire is the only word I'm certain of. That line has been stuck in my head. That is so cool. So that was where we were going to stay, down there. And we are going to continue on. 1, because it's only 2:30, and 2, because we want a view from Max Patch, hopefully. And it looks like Roaring Fork Shelter does have a bear box. It's kind of fun because we just walked out into this field, and this is the Buckeye Ridge Trail, or right now, as the sign says, the Ucky Idge Trail. And I was like, wait a second, I know where we are, because we're about a mile from the top of Max Patch, but I've been up here quite a few times. Once before, I came up with a group of friends when I was in college, and we flew kites together on the top of Max Patch. I'll find a picture of that and put it up there. That was pretty fun. I've come up here in the snow. I mean, it was an easy day trip from Athens, where I went to school at the University of Georgia, and I had like 3 hours or something like that. So I would drive up here and just do Max Patch and then go to Asheville and get some coffee or dinner. And that was a fun little day trip to do because it's a pretty easy hike, and there are other trails and Forest Service roads and whatnot around this area that you can walk. So that was fun just to walk out into there and be like, wait, I know where I am. Green tunnel. No.
Hey Megan, what's in front of us?
Max Patch! Woohoo! So here's the line where it's closed an hour after sundown, hour before sunrise. What's crazy is that like 3 days ago, I know some people who are on top of here, it was just covered in frost and snow. Oh yeah, we were just down there. We were down there, now we're up here. That'd be a good trail to practice skinnies on with my mountain bike. Foot travel only. But I'm just saying. stop to pet the dog. We're a dog family. Getting to the top! It's so windy. Parking lot down there. My mom and I are making our way down off of Max Patch, and it was so fun. I got to meet a couple of you who recognized me and stopped me to say hello. That was awesome, and I do not mind taking a second to stop and chat or stop for a quick photo or whatever. But I love meeting you and just putting a name to the face or face to the name, however you want to say it here in YouTube land. But anyway, thank you so much for stopping to say hello. So we just got word from somebody who was going northbound that a mama and cub have been spotted closer towards the shelter. We're not going all the way there. Basically, our quest is find water and then find a good spot to camp. And we're gonna call it a night. But just good to be extra bear aware and bear alert for tonight and while we're heading down on trail. I don't really want to mess with the mama and cubs. This is Little Creek just before we pass the road that is right up there. So we're gonna stop and fill up here and then go and find a campsite for the night. It's the road that goes up to the Max Patch parking. Yeah, that tree has a giant hole in it. You wanna go crawl inside? Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we went a little further than we wanted to today at almost 12 miles, but here is where we're planning on setting up. So I didn't mention this earlier because I didn't want to sound complainy, or really I didn't want to think about it all day, but these shoes, I don't know what's going on. They're the same type and like the same brand, the same model. The only difference is they're the 14 or the 15s instead of the 13s. And whatever the difference in that is rubbing on my heel and like rubbing on my big toes. So they are very uncomfortable, and I don't really know what I'm going to do about that. I might switch back into my old ones. I still have them for the Smokies, and then order like a pair of half size bigger. I don't know. Maybe I go into like the Outfitter in Hot Springs. I gotta figure that out because these shoes have always worked for me, and whatever is going on with this is not cool. And there is a water source down here, so we carried all the water for nothing. I guess to get stronger. So buggy.
Hi everybody. We did 11.6 miles today. We had a good time. It's a lot downhill, a lot uphill. Takes me a while to get up the hills though, so got to get the breathing under control. Got to learn how to breathe through the nose and out through the mouth. I haven't quite mastered that technique yet, so I'm working on it. But we had a good time. I feel good. I'm not tired. So hoping the weather hold off tonight and have a good time.
Where did we end up today?
Brown Creek Gap.
Brown Gap Spring.
Oh, well, I was close.
There we are, set up over there. Are we here by ourselves?
No. Got some other hikers up here camping. And we've got a couple up the hill camping, and I don't know what's on the other direction.
Tell them our story of where we were planning to camp and why we carried like 3 liters of water.
We were planning to camp at a campsite that was behind the fence near the road, but it was a busy road. And we didn't feel comfortable camping there, so we said we'd go on in a little ways. But everywhere we went, there was blowdown of trees. So we just kept walking and walking.
So how many extra miles did we do? Like 3?
3 to 4, yeah. And every place we saw that had a tent spot, it was already taken. So we just had to keep on coming down. And then we found this lovely spot here.
But if it rains, it's for the best because that downhill was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Right, you heard it here from the mom while I'm eating vanilla wafers. I'm an eating machine tonight. Oh, we still have to get like the tent finished, set up. Like all of our stuff inside of it is not set up at all. But the sun just went down behind the mountain and it is starting to cool off and the bugs have arrived. I don't know where they came from. Probably the water. But we're gonna call it a night here. So I will see you all in the morning for another great day of hiking.